To insert an image from any slide, go to Insert and choose Image, and you'll get a bunch of different options. So the first one I'm going to choose is Upload from Computer. And I'm just going to choose this one, even though it has nothing to do with my actual topic. And then once that image is there, I can resize it. Whenever you're resizing an image, be sure to drag from the corner and not from the side, because if you do that, you distort the image. If I just did that and I want to fix it, I'll just hit the undo button. It brings it back to the way it was. I can also rotate it by clicking on this little circle here. I can rotate it any way I want. Or I can right click on it and I can rotate it a little bit more specifically. Suppose I wanted to rotate it clockwise 90 degrees. That would make it very straight. I can also crop the image if I want to cut some parts out of it. I would go down here to crop image, and you see that these black lines have now appeared around the edges. So I could take maybe just the bottom off of it and slide this up a little bit. That doesn't resize the image, it just takes a chunk of it off. You can still see the part here that's being removed. And then if I click outside of it, then that part is just gone. I can always get it back if I want to. I can just choose to crop the image again, and I can return to the way it was before. Another way to get those crop marks is to just double click on it and those will appear. So that's a quicker way to get to the cropping. There are a couple of other options for changing the picture. If I right click on it and choose Format Options, then a new window opens up that will allow me to recolor it in a lot of different ways. I can change it like that or just go back to no recolor. I can adjust the brightness of it. I can put a shadow around it. I can do some other things that you can experiment with, but these are also other things that you can do to change your picture. I'll undo that. So that's one way of getting a picture. Let's delete this. You just click on the image and hit backspace and it's gone. Another way that you can get a picture is to do Insert Image and search the web. Now I'm going to look for an image that actually matches my topic. I find a picture, I'll click on this, gets a check mark. I can select multiple images if I want to. Let's say I want both of these. I would click Insert and then they would both appear. Right now these are way too big, and also this one is hiding behind the other one. So I'm going to resize just this one. And let's suppose that I wanted to use both of these, but I want this one to be behind that one. What I would do is right click on this and I would choose Order, and then I would click Send to Back. That puts that behind the other one. And so that's one way that you can layer different things onto your slide. Right now I'm going to get rid of that second rug. I'm just going to stick with this one. So I'll resize this one and it's ready. Other options for grabbing an image, you can get something from your drive. So this will open up a collection of images that you already have stored on your Google Drive, and you would just select the ones that you want. I just double click that and now that one has appeared and I can do what I want to do with it. Then I can also use some of these other options. I can go into Google Photos, which is another way of storing them. I can grab the URL if it's an image that is living online, or I can even use my webcam to take a picture. Mainly you're going to be using these options here. So one other thing I'd like to show you is what to do if you would like to use the image as the whole slide. I'm going to start a new slide here. I'm going to just choose a blank one and I will insert an image. I'll get one from my drive. Let's use this dog. So this is another nice way of designing a slide that's kind of different. I'm going to increase the size of this and stretch it. I'm going to actually change my view too. I'll go here to where it says zoom and I'm going to click 50%. That's going to just make it smaller. This is still the whole slide, it's just a smaller view. That way I can adjust the picture without pulling everything outside of my screen. So I'm going to just drag this over and now I can go back to my regular view. I'm going to choose fit so that it just fits the screen. Okay, right now this is my whole slide. If you look over here in the thumbnail, you'll see this is the whole slide. If I want to put some words on this, then I can just insert a text box. This would be a really nice way of inserting a meaningful quote or something very short. This image has a really nice smooth background, so it's not that hard to see these words, but one way of making your words stand out a little bit more if you're worried that they're not going to be shown against the background is to add a shape. I'll click Insert Shape, and we are going to choose a rectangle, and I will just add a rectangle here, stretch it until it crosses the whole page. Then I'm going to need to move it backward so that it's behind this one. Now, I'm not crazy about the color of this right now. So what I'm going to do is change the shading for it. I'm going to make it actually a white box, but I'm going to then make it more transparent. I'm going to choose custom and increase how see-through it is. And I'm also going to take the border off of it. I'm going to make the border transparent so that it just is a little bit lighter than the page behind it, but it just helps those words to stand out a little bit more. So those are some ways that you can work with images in your Google Slides presentation.